I think we are missing a few things like that, but I think the manager's not really helping himself at the moment. And look, I am firmly in free Kobbie Mainoo camp and all that kind of stuff. And I've admired how Kobbie Mainoo's kept his head down, kept going, not really kicked up a fuss. But he needs to tell his Love Island brother to just chill the out.
Jay here for Stretford Paddock. This is the Paddock Podcast. Joining me are two titans of the Manchester United fan base. Got Ronaldo Brown. How are we doing?
Doing okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Make sure you keep that energy and enthusiasm up for this podcast, yeah? Don't let it drop off.
I just would never lie to you, Jay.
I know you won't. You're very honest. Talking of being honest, he's a man who's on the cusp. He's on the edge. And maybe we're going to push him over during this podcast. Mr. Adam McKola's with us.
Can you push me off the edge now?
Have you had enough?
I've had enough, Jay.
Oh, what a start. I think this is going to be bad gear when Ronnie's going to be the positive one on this one. I worry about you, Macca, because you are, right, the guy who's, this is it, lads. 21 is coming. This is it. We're going to be all right. We're going to smash it. And I've just seen it. You're fading during the weeks and the months. To the point now where you seem like you're almost just giving up on it. Or what's going on?
Yeah,
I
think I've just given up on this whole thing, to be honest.
When you say
I haven't spoken much about United over the last couple of weeks, not on videos anyway.
Yeah.
I've just been sitting there thinking. And I think, like, from the whole Paul Scholes, remember when Paul Scholes was speaking about Amorim and Mainoo and all that kind of thing, and everyone was going after Paul Scholes, and I was thinking there, like, I don't agree with everything he's saying, but most of what he said is correct. Yeah. It's like people just don't like it. And then you've got people on the internet going, oh, what does Paul Scholes know? Oh, a failed manager, anyway. So if Paul Scholes can't have an opinion on Man United, then we may as well all just pack up and fuck off home now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's more close to being right than those that disagree with him are. I thought he was spot on about the Kobbie Mainoo thing. I've never gotten over that, and I never will get over that. The manager just kind of pushing one of the best talents that we've got out, like, onto the sidelines. Like, over the last year and a half, 2 years, Kobbie's been building, and we're like, this boy is going to be something special. And to just be curtailed like that, I think it's a little bit of a disgrace. And this isn't player FC, or you have to play a player, or this, that, and the other. But Kobbie Mainoo is one of our best players. And you see some of the shit that some of these other lot are serving up every single week. I think it's a disgrace. And then to follow that on with some of the comments that the manager made about the academy boys, I thought that was a disgrace as well. Whether you agree or disagree with him on Chido Obi's position at the moment, Harry Amas's position. By the way, I think the Harry Amas bit, he was probably a bit misquoted in that he was saying Sheffield Wednesday are struggling, but it's come across as if he said Harry Amas was struggling, right? But even then, what message is that sending to the academy? What message is that sending to those boys? And also, to put Kobbie Mainoo in the same bracket as Chido Obi and Harry Amas, I think it's a fucking disgrace. Like, I genuinely do. And then you look at the football we serve up after that at home against Bournemouth. Look, first half really good. Some of the attacking moves really good. It was nice to see Kobbie for more than 5 minutes. I think the manager was probably forced into that because once Casemiro's on a booking, you kind of want to take him off. And then just conceding 4 goals at home. We've dropped 7 points against Wolves, Everton, and West Ham, Everton, and
Bournemouth.
It's just, I don't see this getting any better, to be totally honest with you. And I think it stinks a little bit.
Ronnie, you've been echoing these thoughts that Macca's got there, haven't you, for a little while now. Whenever you do the podcast, people always say, like, Ronnie's not feeling Amorim. It's quite obvious that Ronnie's, like, not believing in him anymore. Or I think you say he's got a bit of a ceiling. That's your worry with Ruben Amorim. That's, I think, the term that you've used with me before. Where do you stand? Because I've not spoken to you for a little while. We've had the 4-0 against Bournemouth, whatever that tells you. The manager's comments, obviously, that Mac has pointed out there, which I thought were really odd. I don't think it helps anyone, including him.
Are you going to war with the academy?
Yeah.
You know, if Mourinho said that, sorry to cut you off.
No, go on, you're all right.
If Mourinho said some of that stuff that he said, we'd be rioting.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you'd be like, and Mourinho was sort of, he had this reputation not caring about the academy. I was at his first press conference when he got unveiled, and he pulled out his piece of paper and put it on Don McGuinness and said, do you know how many academy players I've played during my career? and obviously no one did.
3.
He said 45, and then when you scratch the surface, some of them had like 2 minutes at the end of the game when they were 5-0 up. But he obviously was expecting that. Even he knew about the academy. Amorim, you think knows about the academy, you've spoken about it, but to come out of those comments was a bit bizarre. Then you've got the draw against Bournemouth, which, depending on your point of view, either way, a draw against Bournemouth isn't the result we were hoping for. Where do you stand at the minute with what's going on with this manager and some of the stuff we've talked about?
Do you know what? I thought the comments were distasteful a little bit. I said it before because it was largely unprovoked, to be fair. The mentioning of Harry Amas and Chido, I think he was prompted by the constant Mainoo questions, and I feel like he got a bit pissed off with that. But it felt like a little bit of an unprovoked kind of mention of it, and people are saying, "Oh, he's talking about Sheffield Wednesday and not about Harry Amas." But the whole point he was trying to make in the context of what he was saying was saying, "I don't play the youngsters because they're not good enough. And when I did play them last year, we were losing games, and you're all saying sack the manager." So so basically, the preface of what he was trying to say was, when I played these youngsters, they weren't good enough or weren't ready, and then I'd have poor results, and then you'll say sack me. So he's basically saying, I'll only play them if I think they're good enough. Yeah. You can agree or disagree with him saying that, but I still think the angle he took on it and what he said, I don't think you come out and say that as a United manager about academy players and youth players at all. Whether you agree or not, I just don't feel like that's something you come out and say publicly, especially when the mentioning of Toby Collier and Harry Amas and Chido are largely unprovoked as well. I just don't think it sends a good message. I know a lot of people do have kind of this jump to the defence of anything and everything Amorim does, because he is getting a lot of scrutiny and criticism quite often since he's been there, because let's be honest, in the 13 months it's not been that great for the most part. But I feel like they've almost become a little bit too radicalised, where it's just like they find a reason to kind of defend and excuse every little thing, and then I think sometimes the discourse becomes a little bit disingenuous, both sides. But for me, I think the 4-4 against Bournemouth, I thought the first 30 minutes was exciting and some of the best football.
It was a great game of football.
Yes, I thought that first 35 minutes or so was some of the best football I've seen United play in actually quite a long while, to be fair, and that might even precede Amorim being here. But when you look at conceding 4, not being able to see out games, dropping points from winning positions, and how poor our defensive record has been, I think it's only 6 clean sheets in 43 league games under Amorim. I feel like it's a 14% clean sheet rate, which is in some pretty bad territory and bad company when he put the stats up. I'm still someone that thinks what's more representative of managing and coaching, it usually is organisation defensively, and that's something that Amorim's not been able to get right since he's been here. I know there's been improvement, obviously, in terms of points and obviously some of the underlying metrics and stats from last season. You could hardly be worse than last season anyway. We finished 15th. But I don't think the ceiling under Amorim is very high and will be good enough in the end. I think maybe he can ride out the season. Obviously, his contract will then become running down as well, and might have to make a decision. But competing constantly top 4 or eventually challenging under this manager, from what I've seen, I don't believe it will be good enough in the end. And that's kind of where I've always stood on it. I just made a decision. I was thinking we can probably top 4 and improve a little bit and then appease a lot of people. But in the end, will he be the guy to kind of get us over the hump? I don't think so. I
do share your concerns. I do. And I can't ignore the fact that 3 of my worst moments as a United fan that I can think of have come on his watch. I think the losing the Spurs game, the final me and you was at, was a disgrace. That was just absolutely and utterly abysmal, and there's no defending it or excusing it. It was just awful from top to bottom. Getting knocked out of the League Cup when it's one of the only cup competitions to Grimsby, I thought was just, again, horrible and indefensible. And I might sound melodramatic, but losing at home to 10 men Everton is up there with anything. That's as bad as anything I've seen at Old Trafford. It really was. I know we've had worse results. We've got beat off the Scousers and all the rest of it. But that's an average Everton side. It's out of 10 men, and we just didn't turn up. It's been tough. And I want to get behind him. I want to back him. And I think the saving grace for Amorim has always been, people go, okay, he inherited a bit of a mess. He carries himself well. He comes across well. And now he's losing a bit of that, because he's coming out with some of these statements that are making people think, is he unravelling? Is he losing the plot here a little bit with singling out players that have got nothing to do with anything? Like Harry Amas shouldn't be sat eating his cornflakes and his name trending because the manager's just said you might be shit, even though he might not have said that, or he might have done. Chido Obi, again, it's like, what's going on here? Like, there was no need.
We're not here saying that Harry Mass and Chidobe need to play, and that's what because a lot of people hear you criticise what he said, and he try and strawman it and act like you're trying to say, so you're just saying you should just play the youngsters then. That's not what we're saying.
That's not what we're saying.
It's not what we're saying at all.
Playing one of our best players that we have.
Yeah, I mean...
And it's just saying you don't have to dig out the other academy players to make a point. Do you know what I mean?
You have to sort of draw a line at certain things. You have to go, look, you can like Ruben Amorim, you can think it's the right man's job, but you have to be like, look, you can't be okay with a manager coming out and criticising academy players like that. That's just silly, regardless of what you think of him. Do you know what I mean? That's just not on. Do you think the personnel there, Macca, at this team, for us to be a good team, for be successful, do you think it...
Because the personnel there to have
in terms of the players.
Beaten Everton, beaten West Ham, and in turn putting us into the top 4. Of course it is.
Yeah.
It clearly is there. And that Everton game was one for me as well, where we're still playing 3 centre-backs against 10 men. Take a risk.
Yeah.
Put Casemiro as one of the centre-backs so he can push into midfield, you can go into a back foot. I don't know, do something that's going to help us win this game. And I just felt like it was very passive. And you know what annoys me as well when I brought that up? People go, I say like we didn't really create a chance against Everton, and people go, we had 6 shots and, did you ever feel in that game? I was with you for that game.
Yeah, me and you watched that game.
Did you ever feel in that game we were going to score at any point? It never ever felt like that.
Really.
And we know what it's like to be at Old Trafford. A team goes down to 10 men, or even it's 11 against 11, but we're 1-0 down.
Yeah.
How that's supposed to feel. And that never ever felt that way.
No urgency.
I think there's a few things that I think is missing, that Matej de Ligt. I think we're missing him massively at the moment. I think obviously Aidan Heavens coming in, he did okay here and there, but you miss him at the back. He was our leader and he was probably our best player of the season up until when he's been taken out injured. I think we are missing a few things like that, but I think the manager's not really helping himself at the moment. And look, I am firmly in free Kobbie Mainoo camp and all that kind of stuff. And I've admired how Kobbie Mainoo's kept his head down, kept going, not really kicked up a fuss. But he needs to tell his Love Island brother to just chill the fuck out. We know what kind of character people are that go on Love Island. They're attention-seeking bastards. And that shouldn't be going down.
No,
because you're just making his position even more difficult.
If you care for your brother and you want your brother to succeed, that ain't helping him.
No,
that's not going to make Ruben Amorim go, did you see Jordan's t-shirt? He's right, we should pick Kobbie Mainoo.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm wearing that t-shirt, it's fine.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you're not his brother.
But I'm not his brother, and it's not going to make headlines in the same way that we're already pissed off with Garnacho's knobhead brother, and people were talking about Rashford's family and his entourage and all that kind of thing. And now you've got this guy coming through. And
you just don't need it. You don't need that.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, but I've not spoke to you on camera about it, Ronnie. The free Mainoo. I think I spoke to Steve about it.
I mean, I tweeted it the other day. Like, I wholeheartedly agree with the sentiment.
Yeah, but there's a difference between you tweeting it. I think, and you're a fan, and you're entitled to your opinion, and we share our opinion every day on camera. I get it. We all love Kobbie Mainoo. But I don't think his brother's naive enough to think that posing for a picture, literally posing. And the way he was posing well.
It
was freezing. You've got no jumper on. You've got a t-shirt on. You've got your back to the game. You're getting X amount of pictures taken of you, and then you're posting it on your social media. Like, it's not an accident. It's not like, I was just posing for a picture. I didn't realise I had that t-shirt on. Like, you knew what you were doing. I don't know whether you're flogging them t-shirts. I presume there's some sort of brand deal or some merchandise deal involved. What did you make of all that?
The better not be, because we've just had 100 printed.
Do you know what? I think
check out the link in the description, and we've got them t-shirts on sale.
I thought it was it weren't good. I weren't a fan of it, especially because we've been wanting Kobbie Mainoo to get an opportunity. He comes on, has obviously a good account of himself, plays well.
I thought he played well.
Casemiro gets suspended. You're kind of thinking, Mainoo's
don't give Amorim an excuse.
Mainoo's getting a starting place next week, and then you see that, and then you're thinking. It gives the people that have been desperate to villainise him anyway ammunition, because I don't care what people say. I feel like there's been a lot of that within the fan base where some people are so desperate to justify anything, and the manager doesn't get behind him, that whenever he does get minutes, they're microanalysing him, kind of being a little bit harsh with criticising how he plays. Thinking after, like, with 10 minutes he's basically got to come on and score a hat-trick to kind of justify himself, and saying he's been shit, that's why he's not playing. And I think people started to kind of try and build this kind of bad attitude kind of gimmick as well that they did with the likes of Rashford and Pogba, etc. When Mainoo has shown no signs of that. He's meant to be a brilliant guy, great professional, and obviously by all accounts a good lad. I think a lot of the players that he plays with and his teammates see him as a potential future captain when I've seen interviews.
I think they all said that.
Yes, yeah, exactly. And then now you've seen, and then that comes out, and then it just gives these people kind of the reason to say, like, get rid, and obviously, and then it gives them what to start.
Like, you know, people with bad faith arguments. Well, like you said, I had people going to me, effort over ability and all this. There's never been a doubt about his effort or his commitment to Manchester United, and there's definitely not a doubt about his ability. Because for me, one of the most... If this boy was at Brighton... I know it was already said, I think Scholes said, if he was at Brighton, we'd be looking to buy him. Yeah. For like 100 mil. Like, mate, it pissed me off. But his brother should have had a day off for that. Like. Yeah,
but the only issue is, I'll kind of frame it to you. I think it's bigger. I don't think he's done that, though, without the knowledge of Mainoo, though.
You think
I think he could... I wouldn't be... It could be the case of that. But I think he could easily...
I think
I don't think on Love Island. Do you think he does things for attention? Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what I think the bigger picture is? Go on. I think that was a signal from like Mainoo and his entourage that he does want to go. I feel like it almost felt like a force in hand type of thing, because let's be honest, Mainoo can't be happy with the situation. He's kept quiet and just come on and he's played, but you can tell that he's disgruntled in terms of, you know, he's quite even killed anyway. And what I did love about yesterday and his performance was, I think the crowd and the reaction to him coming on, the way they cheered him and the way they got behind him, I think that gave Mainoo a little bit pick me up to go and play.
You see that? Yeah. But you see when his brother's doing that, some of the crowd then are going to be like, they'll assume that Kobbie had a hand in it.
Yeah.
Which is all we're doing. Like, I don't think he did, but I'm hoping to see like the better side of him and hoping to assume that, you know, he wouldn't take part in that. But people that do believe he did now, half of them ain't going to cheer. You know what I mean? He's going to be like, he thinks he's bigger than the club, this, that and the other. And I don't think that's the case with Kobbie at all. I just think it's a disgrace, man, this whole situation.
Because it sort of was heartwarming when he was warming up and he's getting that reaction, because he was getting a big cheer when he was warming up, bigger than the other players were warming up, and rightly so, to be fair. Let's be real.
You see him.
Like, come on. And then he came on, there's a big cheer there, which, again, you want to see it, get behind him. Still only young, people forget that. He comes on, he plays well, we should all be talking about that. And instead we've got this sort of sideshow, and like you're saying, Macca, that's what worries me. I know, like, fans at the game, and all they can be. If they think a player is acting out, they won't get behind him in the same way. Or they'll start thinking this is another actual situation or whatever. And that can affect him, that could affect his reaction he gets, it's all negative, this. It's just causing negativity around a player who we should be sort of being able to have one of the rare moments where we can sit here and all agree it's just been good for Kobbie Mainoo. Now he's looking likely to start against Villa. There shouldn't be any drama, and I feel like this drama's been created by a lad that used to be on Love Island, and it's just unnecessary. It really is.
It seems like United just have a poor recent history of like their handling of academy graduates. It seems, don't they?
Well, what's been the success story in recent years with academy graduates?
But even if it's a success,
Kobbie would be the success story, but now there's a cloud over him, not from his own fault, but there is. Where's the success story with our academy of late?
I think everything in a club's easier when the club's actually doing well, performing. And United just rarely have. Over recent years, there's always been issues. Obviously, as a club anyway, we always come up under a lot more scrutiny than others. And then it always kind of compounded by the way United handle players. United rarely develop players or make them better from when they come in, even as transfers. And for academy, it always seems to end in a bit of like obviously Scott McTominay left, probably in okay circumstances, Alanga, but then obviously you see the way Rashford ended, the Garnacho situation. Obviously Greenwood had nothing to do with the club, I guess that was just him. Then you got Januzaj, and it always feels like United don't seem to have a long enough success story with people that they actually bring in. Always seems to end in some sort of
sour way. But on the flip side, you look at that and you go, well, Marcus Rashford's clearly a success story, regardless of how.
Yeah, I think he was
scored like 100 goals for Man United. He scored a ridiculous amount of goals, so he's clearly a success story. You might look at how it maybe fizzled out, but then if you did that with David Beckham's career, you'd be like, oh well, it ended badly. Like, do you know what I mean? So
I think
not to compare the successes of those
people
players.
Still argue that he should have. People still go, oh, he should have done more and he could have been more in this. When you look at his actual stats and etc., I think is he top 5?
He's up there.
Top scorer.
6.
He's up there.
6.
Or maybe 11. He's just outside the top 10. He was just outside the top 5. One of those.
It was really sad the way it all ended with Marcus. And this goes back to the Kobbie Mainoo thing, where I think if you look at the way the manager was with Marcus, when there was a problem with him, he was out of the squad. And this is Marcus Rashford. This is a player that we needed. And he wasn't even on the bench. I think he was on the bench once in his last 7 games. And that was because they had a load of injuries and he basically needed someone just to make up the numbers. He dropped him from the squad completely. Mainoo's still getting minutes. So there's obviously not an issue with this manager, because this manager will let you know, and you will not be in the squad. You won't get any minutes, certainly. Did the same with Garnacho for the derby, do you remember last season? Where both Garnacho and Rashford, 2 of your starting attackers at the Etihad, are dropped out of the squad. So this manager won't stomach it. We know that. So that's why with the whole Mainoo situation, it's different, and it does trouble me. One player that, probably the only player you can guarantee, or you can, sort of say with certainty we've bought and who has been mint post-Fergie, is Bruno.
I've seen his comments today.
That's what I want to get into, because it's like we can't have any nice things, can we, without some sort of drama being
just one normal day of Manchester United.
Yeah, it's a bit of stick. It doesn't bode well for like the usual like Pollyanna syndrome.
What's the Pollyanna syndrome that you've been reading books again? Go on, Pollyanna syndrome.
No, it's just a lot of fans just want to hear.
Like that stripper you met.
Nah, it's just a lot of people, like what a lot of fans, they just want to hear like over optimism and kind of just like rose tinted glasses analysis, really, and just kind of excess positivity, really. That's kind of the thing, but we can never really.
What is there to be positive about? You know that thing where he goes, a smile would be nice, Gary.
If there is
nothing to smile about in my life.
If there is something positive, I'll say it, but there usually isn't. Especially, obviously, we've seen 13 league wins in 13 months, so it's one of them.
This episode is brought to you by Think. We've all heard plenty about the dangers of drink driving over the years, but not as much about drug driving. The truth is, it's just as serious. Drugs mess with your reactions, your focus, and affect your judgment. Basically, everything you need to drive safely. Even if you think you feel fine, your body and brain say otherwise. Some drugs can stay in your system for longer than you might expect, sometimes for days, even weeks after you've taken them. And here's the thing, the police are testing more people than ever at the roadside if they suspect drug driving. It's a simple swipe and it comes back positive. If it comes back positive, you're facing a minimum 12-month driving ban, an unlimited fine, and a criminal record. That could mean losing your job, struggling to afford or even get car insurance in the future, and problems travelling to countries like the USA. It's not just about the law either. You could seriously hurt yourself or someone else. It only takes one bad decision to change everything. So, make a plan before you go out. Book a cab, use a rideshare app, crash on a mate's sofa, or just hand your keys to someone you trust. Look out for yourself and your mates. It's not worth the risk. For more info, go to think.gov.uk. Think. Don't put drugs in the driving seat. The Bruno quotes that have come out this morning. This feels like he's given an interview last night where he's spoken to, Canal 11 have got the...
Is that French? The French lads?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. But he says the club wanted me to go, talking about his move to Al Hilal in the summer. I have that in my head. I told the directors that, but I think they didn't have the courage to make that decision because the manager wanted me. If I had said I wanted to leave, they would have let me go.
We all felt that was the case, didn't we?
Yeah, it did feel as though if Bruno said I'm off, the club would have been right because they were quite keen to get that doing for him. At the time, I said it and I'll stick by it. I'm glad he didn't go. I think... I'm kind of like, I love Bruno Fernandes and I'm glad, I think he's been excellent this season, but I'm kind of at this stage I just don't care who goes anymore. What are we protecting? 15th place. But this is the thing, it's like the Mick McCarthy meme, you think it can't get any worse. It can. It can. And I think if you're losing the one player who's been kind of reliable over the last 5 years, also... His free kick against Bournemouth is class. Oh, mate, that should have been the winner. Also, you don't know what Ineos are going to do with that though. Yeah, because there's a lot of that. Because everyone's just assuming, you go, we'll get rid of Bruno and we'll get that 80 million we'll get for him and we'll buy someone who's better. Well, we could buy another Manuel Ugarte. Because it's not. That's not. Everyone thought. No, I'm not trying to have a dig at him. Hey, everyone thought I was too harsh on him, man. But let's be real. Like that was an Ineos signing. That's the only. I think the only midfielder they have bought since he come in. There's no guarantee that you go out and get someone who's any remotely as good as Bruno Fernandes. And yes, you can get someone younger, or whatever. But let's say, for example, Carlos Balaba's having a nightmare season. We could have gone and bought him, and he might be having that same season for Manchester United. And everyone's going, well, we just got rid of Bruno for someone who's not good enough. I think it was one of them where United wanted more money to sign a midfielder.
because I don't think the plan was for Bruno Fernandes to play in a double pivot all season. And because he got to 31, we thought we were going nowhere fast. And then Saudi come calling for United, obviously, and Ineos saw it from a business perspective. We can get 80 to 100 million for him. I think he goes down as pure profit as well because he's been here so long.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you get £100 million to spend. I think it's like, is it like triple? I don't know how it works.
It works on a 3-year basis.
Yes.
Doesn't it?
So you get like
240. Like if you're selling for 80, you get 240 over the next 3 years.
Yes, it's almost like 3 foot. Bruno sale would almost be like free signing worth, basically, of money.
Of shite.
But the thing is, as I said, you don't know.
we've done so well with £100 million pounds as well. We could easily spunk that.
No, but you literally don't know. You don't know whether the money spent on the signings actually even replicates the impact that he does have. Because let's be honest, he has carried the club on his back for about 5-6 years now, and he's still doing it now. But it just kind of came to a position where Ineos financially was looking at it thinking, we need to completely rebuild the squad. And that was their quickest way of thinking how we can kind of gather the most money. But then again, it's just, I think it's always a bit of a iffy decision selling one of your best players, even though if you can make the logical argument of reinvesting it to rebuild the squad, even though you don't know whether that's going to be a success in the end anyway.
I just wonder as well what message we're sending out to players, to anyone, to the world.
There's some more interesting bits to that quote, OJ.
Go
on. I'm always available, always play, good or bad, I give my all. Then you see things around you, players who don't value the club as much and don't defend the club as much. That makes you sad.
What do you think he's saying now?
Shots
Who do you think
fired.
Who do you think he's having a dig at there?
Saying, Manuel guy can't pass wind.
I showed you that stat before, innit? I don't know if you've seen it. He's got the worst plus minus on the squad.
Manuel guy is
basketball stats covered in.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. He's struggling.
He's got the worst one. I think we can actually have it on a B ref.
But we bring him on, and it's like, all right, the opposition's going to score now. What game was that when he come on? Were we 1-0 up against West Ham?
I mean, there's been a few games.
There's been a few. There was the...
Were we 1-0 up?
No, I think the Spurs
0-0?
one was the one that... We were 1-0 up, and I think
he comes on to short-stop defensively, but he actually doesn't do that.
Yeah, I just...
Do you know what I mean?
I think the problem with you guys is his quality's probably not there, and also it's become this thing now where it's him or Mainoo, and everyone who's watching Mainoo's going...
To be fair, I went very early on in Garte, so it's nothing to do with Mainoo for me.
No, and you did, didn't you? Because you said he was underwhelming at PSG, was it?
Yeah, I didn't want him from the get-go, to be honest with you.
You should have got that João Neves days side. Is that his name?
Yeah, exactly. I didn't think it was good enough. It was interesting enough because he had a couple of decent games in the first 10 and everyone was like coming at me thinking, shut up you. But you know what's funny? People only ever do that when you end up being wrong, but if you end up right in the end, they're quiet and never say anything.
I've been right about loads.
Do you know what I mean? But
what have you been right about this season?
Mo Salah being shit.
Right, okay.
Florian Wirtz being shit.
Florian Wirtz's numbers are great, aren't they?
Gyökeres being shit.
Gyökeres being shit. I nailed that.
You went big on that.
I feel like he's even worse.
The one I didn't get was Man United being shit. So
no, you didn't. You said, I think you said 21 is coming. Yeah, Gyökeres has been.
Gyökeres was actually worse than I even thought it was.
He's a donkey.
Honestly, I was surprised because I've not watched a lot of him. I saw him against City in the Champions League. I thought, yeah, looks all right. He's got a trick and all his penalties and stuff. But I thought, yeah, he looks like a decent player. Saw him at Old Trafford, he looked pretty shit. And then every time I've watched him, he just looks...
His goals have come against Leeds and Burnley, haven't they?
Yes, and Nottingham Forest when they were under Ange.
The Florian Wirtz thing, though. Again, I'm not like you, hipsters. I didn't watch a load of...
I didn't watch a load. I've seen enough to know that he's fucking
I just seen what I've seen at Liverpool, and it's not very good.
Now, the question... You know the league now, and it's just all physicality and pace and power. Mm-hmm. He's always been a little bit of a soft touch in that sense. He's just all...
Has he got no goals?
Van der Beek vibes.
In the Premier League. Because he got one, didn't he? But it wasn't his. They took it away from him.
Nah, no goals.
No, that was because he was going for a fucking throw-in. That's why.
And he tried to give it him, and you're like, no, you ain't having that.
I think Salah didn't square the ball to him in the Champions League as well for a tap-in, and then the fan base went after him.
After Salah?
Yeah, because everyone's...
Always have a day off.
Nah. We haven't even been able to enjoy all that. They're above us in the league now.
No, they're not.
Nah, they're joint still, I think.
It's still a disgrace. They haven't won a game in about 6 months.
I know. This is why you got to make the most of it. Now, we're at the dizzy heights of 6th.
I don't even want to look at it.
And they're 7th.
We're going to finish 8th or 9th, lads. Just get used to it.
I don't think if that would be a really poor. From what I've seen with the talent,
this fucking league is just mental. We should be taking advantage of it.
We should already be third.
Yeah,
with no Europe as well. I think United are well placed to have like a season where, if they were serious, they could finish 5th.
Watching about 6 months, you're going to go, remember them games against Wolves and Bournemouth and wherever the fuck they were at home, West Ham, Bournemouth and Everton.
And I don't think his team's good enough to deal with Ahmad and Mbeumo going as well. I know Mbeumo's been poor the last few games.
That brings me on to the next topic, because just when you think it can't get any worse, then you remember
it can.
Because
Mbeumo's probably needs a break anyway. It's been a bit shit, innit?
Yeah, he has.
Like, we've got Villa at the weekend, who are third. They're on a 9-game winning run.
Victor Lindelof header.
Don't.
Apparently he was man of the match on the weekend.
If that Sancho does something good, I'm going to kill him. Can he? He's on loan.
They might even let him play. They might go.
We should let him play.
Let him fucking, yeah, United might go, don't worry about him, we'll let him play. So we've got no Mbeumo, we've got no Mazraoui, we've got no Ahmad, and now we've got no Casemiro. And depending on...
we got no hope.
No hope. Depending on Amarin's...
That's usually when United win.
Kobbie Mainoo's brother might not even have him.
United usually win when you think that there's no hope. That's the problem with this current iteration of United, though. It's toss of the coin football, man. Like, we could probably get a result against anyone, but we could also lose against anyone. And you know what that type of football team screams of? Go on, mid-table.
Do you know what? That's true. Do you know what that football team used to scream of? Even post-Fergie, cup runs, cup wins. And I know, that's going out the window. It's going to go out the fucking window. No, I know, that's what I mean. But like Ten Hag's last season, that was what we were about. We were fucking getting beat off, Bournemouth 3-0 at home and then beating the Scousers in the FA Cup, beating City in the final. It was a crazy season. You finish 8th and yet you win the FA Cup.
Why did we beat City in the final?
Kobbie.
That's actually mad. Bournemouth have scored.
Sofian Amrabat as well.
That's crazy, Bournemouth have scored.
Performance Wembley's ever seen that.
Bournemouth have scored 10 goals in the last 3 visits.
What? So
3-0, 3-0,
4-4. They are one of.
It was a great game, to be fair.
They are one of the best teams in the fucking.
I couldn't believe
the table.
It's weird. The first 30 minutes, I was looking at us thinking, right, are we
back?
Are we amazing now?
We've had 4 chances against Bournemouth. We are so back.
We had 7 shots.
Fergie era is here.
We had 7 shots in the first 10 minutes yesterday, and I was like, the way we were playing, and I thought,
what's going on with your boy though?
And I said, you know what I said? It's that thing. I was like, don't introduce me to a life you can't maintain, man.
Right. Okay.
And then, lo and behold, we fall off second half. But do you know what? It's just that there's no sustainability there. But you're talking about Mbeumo.
Yeah, it's weird. Man.
Yeah, he looks like
a few sitters.
There's
a pass from Cunha that was so good.
There was a couple of chances there. I don't know
skill
what he was
before
doing
it as well was just nice, and then it's.
Usually his calling cards
his
efficiency and his finishing. Normally he bags those, because he could have had 2 or 3 yesterday, which is it sums Mbeumo up, because Mbeumo was from that Salah mode where sometimes if his performances aren't there, he still gets chances on the end of things, and he'll walk away with a goal or assist. He's almost like a generator in that way. And his finish was off yesterday, but even like what was great early in the season, like his touch and his control and that, it just looks like he's lost a bit of sharpness. Which is odd, because it's not like we play midweek. I don't know if he's tired or whatever, but he's looked a little bit jaded the last few games, and he's looked a little bit kind of like sloppy in a lot of his actions, and that's my guy.
Yeah, he has looked a bit off it. Oh, I mean, hopefully he'll come back from the AFCON on it.
Or maybe Nana's playing for them now, so he'll be back soon.
Yeah,
I know.
He'll have his 3 games in the group stages, and then that'll be the end of that. Come straight back.
I saw a goal he conceded on the weekend, and
so is that the near post?
Yeah, he just dove over the ball, it's dead slow.
Right, Sen Lamen's got a bit.
Go on.
Let's not.
Senna Lemons.
A few of the goals, I think, looking suspicious.
Mate, I know,
I need to see him back, but
to be fair to him, there's some point blank saves.
Yeah, no, he saved us.
Do you know what I mean?
But did he?
I think the free kick.
Did he save us after?
You're not having a free kick. Me and Steve did his review, and Steve was like a bit more sympathetic towards him, but you're like, he's got to do better there. I was annoyed that we conceded the free kick where we did. Yeah. Like, we decided to finally make the foul we could have made at the halfway line. Just in a perfect position for a free kick. Like, let's make it here.
No, he couldn't make it because Casemiro only able to catch up to him by the time he got to the edge of the box.
I could have fucking took him well before that.
I think he was too central, didn't trust his wall. You could see there's a clip as well of Bruno telling him to go over. I think a free kick from that close, you cover that side of your goal, almost over cover, and if you bend it over the wall in the corner from there, like Owen Hargreaves or whatever, just say fair fucks. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I don't think a keeper should be. Yeah.
So what Bruno told him to go, he's going in that corner.
Bruno was telling him, move over. No, he kept turning around going, why he stood so central, basically.
Yeah.
Didn't move. And then Tavernier just puts it in the corner.
Of us.
Do you reckon? Do you think Bruno's getting to the stage where he's like, I've wasted my career? Like, basically.
Genuine.
Like,
I think
I should be a Champions League winning,
should be with Real
Premier League winning or title winning player, and I'm fucking here drawing
getting
4-4.
called shit by everyone.
Yeah, getting called shit after scoring an absolute worldly free kick. And people are blaming me for this.
Playing out of position. Captaining
this mess. People
I
are
think
moaning
he's
at
probably
me.
also looking at it like, these lot didn't want me, I stuck around. Half these pricks don't even want to be here. You know, it's like, why am I here?
Do you know what pissed me off, right, about Sky? Yeah. This would never happen at another club, or when you were talking about another club, right? They're having a conversation about Bruno Fernandes, yeah? Is he an all-time Premier League great, right? Which is a fair discussion to have, yeah? So you got people ringing
Gerrard
in.
is.
Of course, he's one of the same amount of titles. And you got people ringing in, right? And some fucking dickhead rings in, some Scouser.
On Sky, ringing in?
Yeah. And he goes,
okay, now.
He tells straight away,
He's up his 5 sim.
Yeah. And he goes, when we played him at Anfield and we won 7-0 and he was signalling to the bench to come off. He wanted to come off.
That's Gary Neville's fault, that?
Yeah, and that didn't happen. He didn't signal to the bench to come off at all. He asked the bench where the fuck he was meant to be playing because he kept getting moved around every time we made a substitution. He didn't say, take me off. He went, where am I now? And then he was told. So this fucking myth that Gary Neville said.
Am I going the right way?
Am I going the right way? Your lights. So it was just like, it's just nonsense. And they both sat there, like it was Charlie Austin and the other kid, just like laughing. I think, fuck off. Just making things up. Literally didn't happen. He's always given his all, Bruno Fernandes, whether you can fault him or not. At least he fucking tries.
He's a Premier League all-timer, 100%. Mm-hmm. He's one of the best 10s that I've ever played in the league.
Which is why we play him as a 6.
Do you know what I mean?
I think he's better than De Bruyne.
Who? Bruno. Yeah.
I'm gonna
just without the
good players around.
That's always been a debate, and I feel like
he outperforms, if not better than De Bruyne at City.
His numbers have been up there with better than anyone's in terms of the chances he creates.
But De Bruyne's an all-timer as well.
No,
all-timer 10.
Yeah.
So they both. That was actually a debate that people commonly had between them two, and I think Bruno's aged better than De Bruyne has, though.
What made me laugh is when people started throwing Martin Odegaard into the fucking mix.
I thought, I'll be honest, I thought...
Can't even get off the bench.
It's not a popular opinion amongst United fans. I've had this argument before. I thought both of them at the peak of their powers. I think KDB's better.
Then who? Odegaard?
Than Bruno. But I think Bruno's aged better, and a lot of people have said the same thing as you. If Bruno was in a City team...
the benefit of playing for Pep for 10 years or whatever.
And do you know what? Do you remember when like De Bruyne missed a big chunk of the season and City still won the league? Like, they've just had quality, haven't they, unfortunately, throughout their team. Like, from top to bottom, where we just haven't... We've had moments, we've had seasons where we've had Pogba and Martial banging him in and Greenwood and Rashford banging him in, and we've looked a lot better. But we've never had a season or consecutive seasons where we've looked like proper title challengers. It's just not really happened, has it? Mm. And that's a shame, because like, you'll never really know what Bruno could have done in a Fergie team or in a better team or with better players around him in this team, because... Despite all the money we spent even under Ineos, it's just not happened, and was almost as bad now as we ever have been. It's not Bruno.
Scholesy was right.
Yeah, he often is. It just annoys me. Like
I actually find myself
grief that people get. Like Bruno gets grief off people that for United fans for some reason. I just don't get it. Scholes getting shit, Mainoo getting shit. It's just weird. I find a lot of it weird. We've not done Wally of the week. I can guess who yours is going to be, Macca, but I don't know, there's a few actually.
Oh yeah, fucking Love Island boy.
Love Island boy, that's your Wally of the week.
Fuck off.
Jordan. Yeah, for obvious reasons, for his free Kobbie t-shirt. That's just not helping anyone, is it, really?
Give me the t-shirt though, I like it.
You like the t-shirt? Right, okay.
Well,
Macca's going to be wearing one of them next week.
It's the right t-shirt.
Yeah, is that like
to be wearing? Let me wear it.
Is that like a joint Wally of the week?
Is that what do
you mean?
You
can give your own.
You must, yeah, you can mix it up a bit. You've usually got we don't all have to have the same one. I think there's a few.
Arsenal won though, but I was going to say Arteta, man.
He's shitting himself, isn't he?
Just for the performance that they put out against Wolves. Yeah.
City are going to win the league.
Because I think City are going to buy in Jan as well.
Yeah.
City will be top by New Year.
Yeah, and that'll be it then. That'll be the end of that. People keep saying like Arsenal won't bottle it again. Well, why won't they? That's what they fucking do. Like, what's making you think they won't? Yeah, they can. Like, that's what they do. And also, like, okay, they've spent money, and Zuba Mendy's been a good signing, but you just said how Yoker hasn't done fuck all.
That's a good meme, that.
What is it?
Because you know, in the interview, he said it can't keep going on like this, can it, Mick? But then you put Arteta's face on it when they drop the league and he goes,
social media good.
Get someone to do that.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to be 12th when we post that, so That's fucking.
Who got Villa and Newcastle? I'm just concerned about.
Villa beat us.
I think Ahmad's
We get
shown.
a draw against Newcastle.
I think Ahmad's shown to be like the main piece in terms of the way this system
You know what happens
works.
with him? He has a good 45 minutes, and then he goes, "Oh fucking hell, I'm the best player on the pitch here," and then he has a shit second 45 minutes.
Yeah, sometimes the end
You know what I
product
mean?
might just let you down a bit, but he always looks dangerous. It's just.
And I think Ahmad and Mbumo get caught up in that let's 1-2 to each other thing, and it's like it's good, but sometimes look for a better.
Well, was you at the game
Weird
yesterday?
shit, man. Yeah, it's weird shit.
It's just not.
I don't.
You know,
I'm not
kicking
enjoying
on.
myself watching this team.
It's sad to see, man. You're not the only fan who said that. I just think I'm hoping, and it's more hope than expectation.
I hope he turns it around, like genuinely. But
we can learn a little bit from some of the positives from last night.
It's the worst feeling
Start attacking a bit more and being a bit more like a Manchester United side should be, rather than this fucking nonsense we've seen far too often under Amorim.
It is a weird feeling getting that like disconnect that you've got from the team, because I think what's starting to stem from the last few month or so is people started to moan less about results and more about how boring they thought United looked in terms of the way we played, which was weird because then yesterday United come out and look electric for the first 30 minutes, 35 minutes, and the game is kind of chaotic. Everyone says he needs to be a bit more braver in his substitutions. That's the one thing I will give Amorim. He went a bit more adventurous with his subs yesterday.
But he brought on
and he went
attacking-minded players, didn't he?
Attacking.
Xerxes, Sesko and Mainoo to a certain degree.
But then the flip side of it, then what happened, it looked like every time Bournemouth went forward, last 20 minutes, that they were going to score.
Yeah.
you know
when I
who
was
else
about-
needs to go? Luke Shaw, man. Finish. We've got to stop believing in Luke Shaw.
The thing is, when everyone's fit, I don't even know. I don't know what's going to happen with him or Martinez. Is it going to be one or the other? Do you know what I mean? Who was your Wally of the week? Sorry, I don't know if you.
Arteta.
Was it Arteta?
Arteta.
Yeah, and that's not a bad one. Do you know what I'm going to go with? And I hate this because people go, "Oh, we were shit and we didn't win because we were shit or whatever." And fair enough, but that ref was a dickhead. I'm sorry, he was.
No, let's not do
VAR.
that.
No, he wasn't. Come on, Mac. Two things can be true, right? United can be poor, and the ref can be bad, or VAR can be bad. And how come
Jay's
Casemiro?
never liked a ref performance at Manchester
Manchester
United game.
got sent off.
Yeah, but why, right, if it's not a red card, then why the fuck is it
To be fair.
Casemiro gets a red card when he just cuddles Will Hughes?
Your man for Everton got sent off for doing the same thing to his own
Well,
team.
exactly. So where's the
But do you
consistency?
remember when I said at the time that shouldn't have been a red
Yeah.
card, because if you did it to one of us, it won't be a red
So
card.
if you do it to
and
your
that
own
exactly happened.
you do it to your own teammate, you get sent off. You do it to Delo, it's fine. It's not a problem. Like, where's the consistency
Personally,
there?
I think it was.
If we're going to draw,
I think it was a blatant red.
Draw against 10 minutes, better.
I think it was a blatant red.
Because that's what would have happened.
And because it was against,
We would have lost. Lost to 10 men and it'd been a fucking meltdown.
and because it was against the law,
Yeah.
eight match ban. Should have been.
Also, as
And
well,
meeting me
right,
back at Asda.
we need to fucking find a situation where we're not overly reliant on Casemiro as well, because this is getting
Not overly
untenable.
reliant.
We are.
Because no matter who plays, we don't get a result
Because-
anyway. So
It's like
What
we're
are we
fucking
relying on?
someone who
We just
can't
beat
finish a
Wolves
game and now he's
4-4.
suspended again.
We just beat Wolves 4-1.
did you see how shit they were? We made 2 passes and we're in on goal. It's like watching people play against us.
Mate, do you know what I loved as well? Did you see how fucking when like Wolves were doing alright against Arsenal? Everyone's like, "Is Wolves team out that bad?" I was like, "Fucking come on."
Mate,
that
it was
fucking team we
shocking.
played was terrible.
Shocking.
Honestly. And they lost the best player during the game as well, didn't they?
Yeah, I think you know what's funny? I think Wolves turned up against United not really respecting us.
And then
They actually tried thinking, "Oh, we could get a result and play," and just got torn to shreds by us. Do you know what I mean? I looked awful. Whereas they've obviously gone to the Emirates and just put all 11 men behind the ball. And just
they had
camped it.
chances, man. They had chances as
And then
well.
he broke pretty well, you know.
Yeah, they did.
I just think, but the thing is, if I'm being honest, I think United have a better attack than Arsenal do.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
I think he's right, Macca. I agree.
I think they're the way
Mbumo Cunha,
Mbumo Cunha,
Sesko when he's fit. You'd have
Xerxes.
you'd have them over Gyökeres.
I have
Who's
him
the
over
other kid?
Gyökeres and that.
Martinelli, he's shite.
Martinelli's
We had him
awful.
on Shroud, didn't want him. Rightly so. Who else? Saka.
What, you reckon Arsenal's attack's better? They're attacking talent.
Mate, they're top of the league, we're not.
Just because they fucking defend well. And they robbed us at Old Trafford. Anyway, enough of this nonsense. Thanks, Macca, for coming in.
Try to cheer me up in the comments, let me know something to be
Come on, give him some
about.
positivity. You know
Give me
what I mean?
Give him the link
Smile about.
to the free Kobbie Mainoo t-shirt.
This video will finish in fucking Kobbie Mainoo would have been sold for £3.
It's a City. Go and check out Ronnie. You've done a video on you on Kobbie
They'd
Mainoo.
probably come to ruin us, you know.
Who?
City.
I've said this to you in a group chat the other day. Wilcox and Barada, keep your eye on him. Because I think the fucking fifth columnist, mate. I'm telling you now. Oh, they went to City and then they fucking come here. Oh, right, he went to Southampton for about a fortnight. They come here.
That was to throw us off the scent.
Yeah, exactly. And all of a sudden, we're getting our academy, the manager's coming out saying it's shite.
He used to play for Leeds, didn't he, Wilcox?
No, Blackburn, it's almost.
Oh,
Blackburn?
Oh.
Well, actually, was he at Leeds, Jason Wilcox?
Let's fucking check this out.
If he was, then that's it. If I've missed that
could
one,
be the final straw.
that's it. I've had enough. Oh my God, he did.
And Liverpool. No, that's not.
Just don't fucking.
It says Blackburn.
Pool, that's enough.
Pool.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. But that's it then. There's your evidence.
I always get racially abused in Blackpool as well. So
They are. Talking racial abuse, I'm going Ellen Road in a couple of weeks. I'm going back there. First time in 14 years since I got spat.
But you know, if you
at
go
racially
Blackpool
abused.
and you don't get racially abused, I don't like it.
Yeah.
I want it.
So, I'm making a...
I want it.
Do you know what I mean? It's part of the heritage. This is football heritage. So, yeah.
This is Pleasure Beach heritage.
So Jason Wilcox, keep your eye on him. I think he's trying to wreck us from within. Same with Omar Barada. And they'll both be getting, going back to City in a fucking couple of years when they've sold Kobbie Mainoo and fucking
Fergie, why did you leave
JJ
us?
Gabriel to him.
Fergie,
Talking of which, Finn's going to be in later on. Academy Scoop. He's got a lot to say. on
Come
what's
back,
been going on
Fergie.
with the Academy. Make sure you check out Ronnie's channel. What have you got going on over there?
Trying to get out of the hood.
Yeah,
You're going to make it.
you are. All right.
So yeah, but now I'm gonna video a little bit more and speak about Mainoo. Do you know what I mean? I remember I did a video on the Ian Wright stuff.
I'm scared if I do a video on Mainoo, I'm just going to cry.
Just Macca sobbing for an hour. Go and check out their channels. Check out the link in the description to Think as well. Also check out the link in the description to our merchandise. That's been Ronaldo Brown. That's been Adam McKola. I've been Jay Moy. This has been the Paddock Podcast. Don't forget to hit like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching.